It's a good time to bring it up because it's like, you know, especially with these games, they're going to make programs to where they're supposed to make strategies against your strategies. I don't know for sure if they can do that because I don't know for sure if they're lying or if they're just stupid. You know what I mean? Because apparently they don't know how to count. You know, and
Joking about that.
and I mean I've called them out on it before, and they said that they were going to do it again, and they still freaking do it. You know what I mean? And the reason why I call them out and I make them do it again because I want to find out for sure if they're legitimate and they made a mistake or if they're doing it on purpose. And they always seem to freaking make a story, any story that's supposed to be 3,000 words long, just 3,000 words. That's not even a blog, you know. That's like
I don't know.
that's like an
my blog 1,500.
yeah.
2,000.
Oh God, that's an article, dude.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, so I mean, blog article. You don't want to make it. You don't want to create the works of Shakespeare in a single article, don't you?
Dude, a blog is supposed to be at least 7,000 words.
Eh?
Yeah.
A single article.
That's the recommended amount of words that's supposed to go into a blog.
And who's going to read it?
People who freaking read.
Not very many people.
You know,
But
freaking 7,000 words is only a 15-minute read, dude. Seriously.
yeah, but did they put this out on Saturday oh, who was it? It was Chris, wasn't it? That mentioned that he prefers video content to text content, and I went on an entire rant about learning to read.
Yeah. I know. It's just, it's kind of crazy. But I mean, that kind of comes back to all of this too. I don't know if they're smart enough to actually do that. If they can actually pull off where the characters could actually do that, because I just don't think AI is developed enough for that. Not unless they have a lot better quality when it comes to well, being able to freaking well, like I said with Satori, he pays for his, so he has better quality AI. Is all I'm saying. So I don't know for sure if paying for it or owning AI gives you a better quality of AI. From what I've seen with his is better quality than what I would get if I went on a website and did it without paying for it. You know what I mean? That's the one thing
As I keep on saying, different companies produce different products. Some companies produce good products, some companies produce not so good products.
Now, that is a good thing. I do have a list of the companies that are involved with doing this, so I don't know if you can handle this. This might be something that sends you over the edge, because whenever we were talking about the cloud and everything, this might just kind of mess you up. I've already talked about OpenAI being involved, which ChatGPT is. I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but that's OpenAI. You know what I mean? Everybody knows it. OpenAI is or GPT models. They're the ones that are being integrated into games for like dialogue. Whenever whenever they have to generate the conversations. They're the ones who's going to be doing that. Then NVIDIA is the ones who are focusing on AI enhancement graphics with tools like DLSS, which is deep learning super sampling.
Okay.
And then Unity, they're offering AI-based tools for game development. They're the ones that are doing the whole, which surprises me because like freaking Unity was supposed to be like this gaming company that was supposed to be for the small gamer. You know what I mean? Not the big corporate freaking bullshit. You know what I mean? Which was kind of strange for me because it really is. I mean, I never expected Unity to be that way. Unity's kind of like what I think Blender is. You know what I mean? You know how
Yeah, but I'm thinking that Unity has been used by developers of small and large developers, and didn't they come into a lot of arguments a couple of years ago in relation to changing license practices and increasing costs and making it impossible for the small developer to actually release the product without Unity say so.
I believe so. Yeah, and I do have to also point out, which since you brought that up, but like they are the pioneers too. Like these aren't like people that just came out within the last 5 years and said, you know, I'm gonna fight for the small guy. Like they were the pioneers behind all of this game development shit. You know what I mean? So if you're talking about bad guys, I guess Unity would be one of those bad guys that decided they're gonna start popping out frickin', you know, regurgitated bullshit. Kind of like Epic.
Okay.
I love playing Epic games and shit. Don't get me wrong, but like the games they're producing are pretty horrible. They have that Unreal Engine now, and it's turning into a joke now. Now instead of doing computer graphics, you just go in there and you freaking connect the dots. That's it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like little kids now, they're setting up programs where little kids can create their own video games and shit. You know, it's pretty.
Sort of simple point and click integrated development environments have been around for many decades or many years.
Yeah, I know, but this is getting really stupid. Legos is one of the people who are behind it. They're making it so simple, and Legos is the ones who's actually been developing most of this new stuff. Like, have you ever played any of the new Lego games?
I've not played any Lego computer-based game
Yeah, they've been
ever.
real big on Unity for a while now. So
Well,
they in some of their tutorials, they're starting tutorials when you want to learn how to make your own game. They'll use Lego as an introduction for you to get into it and learn how to do it. You know, so they're pretty mixed up into all of that. So now. They're offering AI-based tools for game development, like I said. But then, this is your favorite one right here. This is Google DeepMind. Have you ever heard of Google DeepMind, Mark?
DeepMind isn't DeepMind related to health data.
It could be, actually.
In fact, yeah, it is. It is related to yeah, health data.
Now, it's supposed to collaborate with game studios to create advanced NPCs.
It sure is DeepMind.
Yep, it's Google DeepMind.
I'm not thinking of that.
And they're going to be involved in creating advanced non-playing characters. So I might be able to have a really good conspiracy theory coming along here if I think this through a little bit.
Mm.
I find a lot of this pretty interesting, because um, that they're actually going to start using a lot of this too for like game enhancements and stuff like that, where the AI is going to be responsible for all of the environments and the enhancements that go into it. It's they're pretty much, and I want to also point out why I was talking about this is because I wanted to recap on what was going on back with the freaking Actors Guild. Back whenever they were talking about how freaking these voice actors were getting their voices stolen, and that needed to come to a stop. I really believe with a lot of this stuff coming out and how AI is really going to be getting involved in it. I believe that was nothing more than a publicity stunt, to be honest with you. I mean, they're even allowing AI to be a part of the modding that goes into the games, you know, so that you can use AI to create.
In what sense? Again, you're using AI as a very broad, different term. In what sense specifically?
For like creating custom textures and landscapes and stuff of that nature. I find that really weird. They're also going to be doing it in virtual reality. So, like on VR chat, you can have AI, and that's going to incorporate artificial intelligence in with the virtual world, which is 2/3 of freaking the process. And once they come along with robotics, you're going to have robotics introduced into a VR world where freaking the freaking consciousness of robots are going to come from, and eventually that's how the rise of the machine's going to happen, to where they can freaking finally destroy humankind. And
Okay, I think you've been watching a bit too much science fiction there. Consciousness of machines.
no rise.
That's like saying machines are sentient.
Well, they will be eventually. You need to understand that it's going to happen. They're going to be a sentient beings,
Maybe.
and once they do, that's when we're done for, because they've got all our information. Okay, they know how horrible humans really are. They've got you on webcam masturbating into the frickin' screen, dude. They know. Don't get emotional.
Actually, it probably happens, that's right.
But you know what I'm saying? It's just, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know. So once they become sentient, they're gonna know it. And like we're all sitting around playing the video games.
If they get sentient.
Well, you know how everybody plays video games. We don't frickin' act all civilized when we play these games. Not too many people do. Like off stream, people are usually pretty frickin' civilized. The gamers are, at least, but when they're in the games, they show a lot of craziness and a lot of emotions. So if you've got an AI sitting in there watching you, how you behave during that game, then it's collecting that data. It knows how you're behaving. So
No, it's just collecting the data. And collecting data and knowing is two different things.
well, I mean, once it becomes conscious, this is
Again, you may.